Hey, I'm Max from Pura Vida Photography, and this is the Richard Wilmore Show. On today's show, we have actor and author Nicholas Rice, and we have gift ideas from the Right Fit. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.
This show's going to be more than nice, because I'm talking to Nicholas Rice.
And now, here's Richard.
Good morning,
Hey, good morning.
Max. Thanks so much for being here. I saw Max a couple weeks ago through some of his photography, and I reached out to him to come and do this today, and I'm so glad that you jumped on board to talk to me. Tell everybody about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm currently active duty military. I'm on my way out of the door for PTSD, and a way I cope with my PTSD is with photography. And I kind of started doing it for free. And then I realized, maybe I can have a better vehicle to do some good with it. And so now I do donation-based photography to support a PTSD treatment center out here in San Antonio called the Warriors Heart Foundation. It helps active duty veterans, retired veterans, first responders suffering from PTSD, and it helps them get the treatment that they need.
There were a couple audio issues that I think were on my end, so I probably missed it. You probably answered this question, and I missed it. But what has been the response from you? I mean, you're giving out such a great gift to people, and then people get that opportunity to give back like that, which I love. There's always that when there's that win-win, it's always the perfect combination. What has the response been like?
Oh, it's been incredible. I was not expecting to have things kind of blow up so quick. We're almost at about $700 raised. I've got a couple open projects, and yeah, they just keep kind of coming in the door. The more people are hearing about it, so you're right. It's like there's a give, and it's not like a give and take. It's like a give and give.
Yeah.
So it's been overwhelming, I'd say.
That's great. Is the best way for people to reach you on your Instagram? Because that's where I found you. A simple DM, and then here we are.
Yes, yeah. Instagram. I've also got my contact info on my website, which you can find in my bio.
Great. Thank you so much for jumping on this morning and talking to us, or talking to me, and starting the show.
No, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciated the invite, and yeah, I'm excited. Thanks
and
again.
I really like your shirt, just so you know.
Thank you so much.
All right, we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Nicholas Rice right after this.
Foosballs. Funny name, serious plant power, healthy whole food goodness in one single bite. Wineria SA. Let's enjoy some great vino together. Let's do a virtual wine tasting, enjoy exclusive artisan wines, and join the club. Neon Castaway. Handmade accessories for a colorful life. Teenus. Handcrafted, farm to cup, organic, quality. The Classic Theater, creating excellent theater in San Antonio, Texas that is relevant, diverse, entertaining, and transformative.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, there he is again. I don't know what's happening with my audio today, but Hopefully you can hear me. I'll ask Nicholas when he gets out here. My first guest just wrote a new book that just came out. I want to show it to you right there, Overcoming the Silent Pride Within. He's an actor. You know, he's one of those people who like is a quadruple threat, which is really annoying to someone who is not. But we'll talk to him anyway. Please welcome Nicholas Rice. Hi, Nick.
Hi, how's it going?
It's so weird. My audio, brand new camera and phone, and the audio is so weird today.
Wow, dude, I'm sorry. I hate it when that kind of stuff happens.
It's weird. No, it evens out after a minute, but the first few things. So I'll ask some really like not great things at first until I can actually hear what your responses are. So we'll go.
Sounds good.
There you go. See, now you're better. All is well. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm happy to be on the show today.
Yeah, I'm glad it all worked out. What have you been up to? I know you've released, there are some trailers that you just released. You just released a book. You've been very busy during quarantine.
It actually, I feel like I got busier during quarantine because I actually had the time to sit down. I finished my book, and then I also started on this journey of writing a full feature script that's actually getting a lot of positive buzz and from the big people in the industry. So it was one of those things where like, what'd you do during quarantine? I wrote a book, wrote a full feature script.
As you do.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about writing a book before quarantine, or did it just kind of happen?
I've actually been writing this book for about 5 years, and it was kind of like an off and on project because of work and because of acting and because of all this other stuff. So I would just write whenever I had free time, and quarantine hit, and I had a job during quarantine, but I lost that job as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got all the free time in the world, I was like, you know what? Let's be productive. And so
you were. Well,
yeah.
I think I was just talking to someone about this the other day about how when quarantine first started, all of us, people like entertainers and creators were like, I'm going to put out such great stuff. And then month 7, we were like, we're tired and we want to start actually doing stuff instead of just thinking about it.
Yeah. 2020 was supposed to be, 2020, perfect sight. It's going to be the year of the creator. And 2020 was like, sucker. And so I've actually made the most money as an actor during the lockdown because there was this company called eMist. They make what we call an electrostatic sprayer. Which if you put disinfectant spray in it, it electro charges the droplet to adhere to the surface. And so it makes disinfecting a room way easier, and their numbers blew up. So they needed a spokesperson, and their camera guy and their producer knew me from another project, just bringing me straight to them. They liked my photo, they liked my demeanor, and they said, that's exactly what we want. And so my career just kept going. Then I landed a couple of movie roles, and I was also in the midst of writing my movie. And that script right now is in the hands of an A-list actor who resides here locally. And he's looking at it, going over to see if he wants to be a part of the project. So if we can get him on board, that means funding and everything else will come way easier.
What is that like? Like, does that concept of that someone has your script, does that like register like, oh crap, this could be a thing, you know what I mean? Like you try not to even think about it until it actually happens, or is it, you have to be excited about it.
I absolutely am excited about it, but I believe in my project, like because of the concept that I've formed and the people that I've talked to and the people that I have attached to it, they all love it. And I'm getting nothing but positive responses from it. And it hasn't been released. The whole concept hasn't been completely released to the public or anything like that. But the response that I'm getting, I know, like I am about 98% sure that it'll do as good or better than the Avengers. And I know that's lofty, but that is the kind of concept that we have come up here. It's a new age of superheroes. It's a new concept. It's a whole new universe, but it can also be crossed over into these other universes if you wanted to, the way I wrote it. And so it's like a whole new concept, and it speaks to every demographic. It speaks to every religious belief. Like it speaks to everything. And so it's exciting. And my sole purpose of writing it was to put me as a lead role. Like no one was giving me the break that I wanted. So I was like, I'll just write my own break.
Write it yourself.
Yeah. So I just sat down and started doing it. And it being in an A-lister's hands, it's kind of, I don't think it's completely registered because that A-lister is my acting coach. And so I have a connection with him because he has a class that he runs here called the Extra Mile. And I haven't been in the class for the last 3 or 4 months because of other arrangements and other gigs I was doing. He's amazing. His name is Glenn Morshower, and just the best out there. He's done over 250 TV and film projects with Transformers being one of them. 24 was one of them, and he's currently on The Resident on Fox as a recurring role. Yeah, he's huge, and he's just phenomenal. And he's not only just a great teacher, he's an amazing actor. And I wrote the antagonist role specifically for him. And so my producer basically said, Nick, I'm not moving forward until you get him attached. And I was like, okay.
No pressure.
No. My co-writer, though, her name is Nikki Dixon. She's actually his substitute teacher. And her and I are extremely close friends. I love her to death. She's probably at his level of acting or higher. She just doesn't have the stacked resume like he has. Yeah. She does have a stacked resume, but not like his. So she is the one that's been communicating with him, and she's the one that helped me get the script to where it is now. It is kind of overwhelming, but I'm ready. I'm ready to start shooting this thing.
Yeah, I bet. How long were you an actor first, or were you writing first? Like, when did this all kind of collide into what you do?
That's a good question. I was actually a writer first. Writing was always a dream of mine to have, published under my name. Like, I'm a published author. That was always a dream. Didn't know how to go about doing it. There was always these self-publishing avenues that you could go through. First one I looked in was faith-based publishing, and then there's another one called self-publishing school that I could go and you pay them a service and they help you self-publish your book. But while I was finishing writing, and I think I started writing this book 5 years ago, but I started acting 3 years ago. Okay. So when I started or when I finished writing it, there was that random friend on Facebook that you have that you've never met before. They start talking to you because they see your updates and they're like, hey, you look really awesome. Looks like you're doing really good. And we started talking. He's like, hey, I own my own publishing company. I'd love to publish your book. And I was like, what the?
And this is what Facebook is for.
Oh. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And I still to this day cannot pronounce his publisher name. It's on the back of the book. They're based out of Uganda. And it's a faith-based book. And what a lot of people don't realize is that Uganda is like the Christian capital of the world. Like 90% of their people are Christian. And so that's where his company has published over 150 books. And I was a little skeptical because, it's like an overseas thing. And you're like, is this real?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Can I get some proof? Because he's asking for my bank account information to set up the royalties and all this other stuff. And I'm like, So I started talking to him and I was like, hey, how do I know this is real? He's like, I understand, brother. I meet people all over the world and connect with them, but this is something you're just going to have to trust me. And I was like, okay.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. So I did, and it's been going well ever since. It's not fully launched yet. The book is published to Amazon and a lot of other online stores like Walmart, and it's going to be on Apple pretty soon, but it's not fully published yet. In other words, it doesn't have an audiobook attached to it. That's the next thing we're focusing on.
Yeah. I want to put it up again, and I'll put the link to the Amazon site in the comments of the show. Do you want to tell everybody kind of what the book is about?
Sure. Yeah. It's the original title for this book was Pride, Dare to Compare. And my publisher was like, that's not catchy enough, Nick. We got to go with something different. And so I was like, okay. And the book is basically, it's about trying to live a confidently humble life. A lot of people, I always get outwardly judged when people see me. I'm 6'3". I'm pretty muscular. I wear tight clothing because that's what's comfortable to me. And so people think, oh, he's all about himself, I've had people that I've met before because I'm also outwardly spoken. When they first meet me, they're like, oh, this effing guy, and they just don't know what to think. But then they get to know me and they're like, oh, he's a pretty cool guy. And so I talk about in the book because I am a prideful guy. Like it's an innate nature of being all about myself. And it's having to overcome that and make others the priority instead of yourself. because when you make others the priority, it always tends to make you better on the inside. And so I do gear this towards Christians, but I also gear this towards non-Christians as well, because you can live a confidently humble life either way. And so the tagline, if I want to give you, something to spoiler alert, the tagline at the very end, when it comes to dare to compare, I basically say, I dare you to compare a life of humility with Christ and a life of humility without Christ. And so it can happen either way, but I've lived it with Christ, and I'll continue to do so because I think that's the best avenue. But it can happen outside of Christ, and you can live that confidently humble life and love others as you love yourself. So I know that's possible. I just know it's far much better with Christ in your life. So, hey, can I also tell you that my tag is wrong? It's actually the Nicholas Rice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What the day this is. Let me take this down and I'll fix it and throw it back up there.
It's all good.
I don't know what's happening today. Maybe I should be very thankful that you're here.
Thank you.
And then I'm just going to have nothing else, but I'm just going to sit here for the rest of the hour.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
How did writing the book change you? Or what did you learn from writing it?
Man, so I sent out a series of questions to everybody, not just pastors or friends who are faith believers, but everybody. And I wanted to get because the one thing that we tend not to do is try to see things in someone else's perspective, because we only want to see it out of our own eyes, but we have an issue with trying to step outside and see where that other person's coming from or where that other group is coming from. That's where a lot of pride comes in, because we're usually unwilling to do that. But I sent these series of questions out, and it was just pride-based questions. And one of the questions that I asked was, I gave an example of a prideful situation. Then I asked the reader, can you give an example of this type of situation that's happened in your own life in your own words? And I had like a close pastor friend of mine. Like, this is a guy who leads people in the church, saying, well, I've never actually gone through that kind of prideful situation, but when I do, I'm sure it'll be humbling. And I'm like, what? This is a common thing that people go through. And as a pastor, you're saying you've never gone through this? And I was flabbergasted. And then on the other side of the spectrum, the guys that I thought were like the most prideful people and selfish and all about themselves, I asked them a question of, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most humble and 1 being the most prideful, where would you put yourself on that scale? And one pastor answered, he's like, well, I think the lower the number, the higher the pride. And I was like, wow, that's a good answer. But I also noticed he didn't answer the question. But he realized, like, yeah, because I also had some other friends who answered that question who I thought were very humble. They're like, oh, I'm about a 3. Like, I'm pretty close to being super humble. And I was like, that is the most prideful statement I've ever heard in my life. And so just seeing these answers from these people that I really looked up to, and seeing how they answered it with what I would consider the most prideful answer in the world, it was very eye-opening, and that just kind of shows you how you can get out of your own perspective and see it how someone else sees it. And so it helps you better understand people, really.
Yeah. What are you working on now or up to?
Well, right now it's all about promotion. So I'm promoting the book. I've realized that promoting a book is just as hard as promoting anything else. There's over 100 million books out there, and so trying to get yours even in the top 100 is one of the hardest things to do. Getting someone to read and then review your book is another hard thing to do. And my book's a quick read. Like, it's even one of my reviewers said, this is a quick read. It's like 107 pages. It's not a long book, but and it's very repetitive because it seems like we don't really get something until it's told to us at least 7 times.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of repetitiveness in it. But I give life examples and other life examples, cultural examples and stuff like that. And so I have a client that at the gym that I work at, and she's kind of giving me updates as she's reading through the book, because she's reading one chapter at a time, kind of meditating over it. And she's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm reading it this way, because it really helps everything sink in. But What was the question again? I think I went on a rant.
That's okay, because I had like 6 more questions as you were talking. I was like, oh, that I should ask him that. I was asking what you were up to, but it was promoting the book.
Yeah,
And that's really what,
promoting the book and the trailer. Like everything's just promotion right
yeah, and we'll throw the trailer, the link. I swear it's the correct link is in the comments. And I'll throw the link to the trailer in the comments as well, so everybody can see that. Come back, bring your A-list actor back, please. When the movie starts.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he would love to do the show. He lives in Carrollton, I think. He travels a lot because he's a very highly sought out actor, and he's not known by his name. He's known by his face. People see his face and they're like, "Oh yeah,
you're that guy." Yeah, you're that guy. Yes. Yeah. Well, I promise I will get your Instagram tag correct the next time you're on. There's Nicholas's book right there, Overcoming the Silent Pride Within. Thanks for jumping on this morning.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
All right, we will be right back with Wendy Wright right after this.
Lick Honest Ice Creams. Know what you're licking, y'all. Made in Austin, Texas since 2011. Unique flavors inspired by what's in season locally. Go Vegan San Antonio, a vegan comfort food truck located at the Block in San Antonio. Rebel Designs, handcrafted sterling silver jewelry designed by Shelley, inspired by nature. The Right Fit, style, makeup, and fitness, taking the stress out of getting dressed.
I don't know what's happening. The audio isn't working. Nothing's happening. It's okay. Everything's fine. One of my favorite finds when I lived in Maryland for 2 years was my next guest. She makes me laugh. She makes me think. She has taught me so much about being a good person and also how to dress myself. So she every year creates or curates a great favorite finds thing for her newsletter, and it's all these super unique, fun, interesting things that you can give as gifts. And I thought, since gift giving season is coming up, we should have her on and she can talk about some of them. So please welcome personal stylist who told me this was the sweater I should be wearing today, Wendy Wright. Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Richie, how are you?
It's so weird. The audio, is it weird on your end? Has it been weird in any of the guests?
I could hear you the whole time.
It's so weird. Like you sound like a little robot, and then in a little bit you'll just go back to normal.
Okay. Am I a robot right now?
Yeah, you're a robot right now.
Okay.
We could dance. So I'm gonna pretend I can really hear what you're saying, but I can't really hear what you're saying.
You can't. It's not that good.
It's fine. It's lucky that I know you and I can probably figure out what you're saying.
Thank you.
Yes. I could wait. Let me see if I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. I can't hear you. Richard, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, great. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I think you're better now.
Yay. Am I better?
Yeah, you're better. I don't know what's happening. The iPhone 12. Come on, Apple. Come on.
Is it my tech?
No,
issues? Are they like...
It happened with Max and it happened with Nicholas. I don't know.
Love them both, by the way. They were awesome.
Yeah, they're great people. This is what I love about the show. You get to meet great people. And then the guests get to meet great people.
Yeah.
Again, win-win thanks to Max. Max is bringing the win-win today. Is what I
Yes.
So I want to get into it. How did your favorite things come about? Well, I think the answer is me. So I don't, okay. Santa is here, everyone.
Yes.
Santa has arrived and he is bringing gifts. So this is year 3 of your favorite finds.
It is. I think you may have been a very big part of favorite finds because I think in my newsletters, Richie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I would add, one item that I thought was fun, kind of appropriate to what I do with health or style or makeup. And then I believe that you came up with the idea to actually have a newsletter solely devoted to that. Hi, Kyoko. Yes.
Co-host.
So that's kind of how it came about. So thank you.
What I don't know, what has been your response from people with it? I love it. I always end up finding a few things to order for people, and it's all super affordable, and it's just like fun
stuff like everyday things sort of, but that will make your day richer. And
Yes.
they're great gift ideas. So I love that you do it.
Thank you so much. So many of the items that I have were gifts from friends or family. So they're favorite finds that found me. So I just want to share that with everyone. If someone looks at the newsletter, and the response has been really good. I have friends and people email me back after they get it and say, "Hey, I ordered this," or "I really like this." So it's been really good, and it's fun to put together because I love sharing finds that I find really useful, or just like a little makeup find that you will share momentarily that just makes me feel better, but I know will make lots of other people feel a little prettier or something like
Yeah.
that.
Is it one of those things where you sit down at the end of the year and you think about all the things you have found, or do you kind of collect them throughout the year? Like,
I
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna write that down. I know you're a writer downer. So are you doing that throughout the year, or are you just kind of sitting and contemplating at the end of the year?
No, actually, I am writing them down, and some of the items were already in my newsletter, and I'm just bringing them back now in one place with links. And yeah, I think I have little bits of paper everywhere that I have to bring and consolidate. So I'm a writer downer.
Okay, good. Well, you have a few things for the viewers today to show them.
I do,
So,
Richie. Approximately 5 things, and some are kind of related to makeup or style, and a
mhm.
couple are just really practical and have nothing to do with makeup or style. So, all right,
Show us what you got.
Richie, the first thing I have is it is a super antioxidant concentrate serum from a company called Paula's Choice. Paula Begone. I don't know if I said that right, but she has been on Oprah. She's been on a lot of the shows, and a good friend of mine introduced me to her many, many moons ago. She used to
Hmm.
write a book called Don't Go to the Cosmetics Counter Without Me. And she developed her own skincare line. And I've been using it for probably 10 to 15 years, certain parts of it. And I really love it. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is her super antioxidant concentrate serum. And it's got great things, well, antioxidants, vitamin C, peptides, all these wonderful things for your skin. And she and her team do a lot of research, and if you go on her site and look at the products, you can see exactly what's in it, why they like it, how to use it, etc. So I think very highly of them.
I love it. And I want to point out that Wendy isn't getting paid from any of these people, and I'm not getting paid from any of these people. These are
Oh,
truly
heck
things
no.
that Wendy just loves.
That's right, Richie.
If they want to pay us, they can. I'm not opposed
Please
to
do.
it. I'm just
Would
saying
love
that
it.
as of
But
now, they're not. Yes.
yeah. Richie, this next thing, this is a great stocking stuffer. And I actually read about this, I believe, on another stylist blog or a list of things. And this is Revlon's Kiss Lip Balm.
Hmm.
And they've got about 5 different, I'm sorry,
Oh.
you'll see it.
Oh.
I have a link to it that
Yes,
Richie's going to share.
yes. There's going to be a little video. I want to talk about your shop share videos, and then I'm going to put the link in the comments.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But this is a really good stocking stuffer for a friend or family or for yourself. I love stocking stuffers for myself. It's it's under $4, and it's a lip balm with an SPF of 20, but it gives you a really, really pretty sheer pop of color. And that's what I like about it. If you don't have much makeup on, but you want just to, have a little bit of color, this is a great place to go.
Love it. Well, how much is that? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think at Target it was $3.79.
Yeah.
And I love the cherry and I love the strawberry colors because I think they're bright enough for almost any skin tone.
I was just going to ask that, like, as someone who doesn't wear that stuff, like, as a great, like, little stocking stuffer, like a gift throw in for my mom, like, it kind of goes with anybody.
It does.
Okay.
It really does, Richard. And you can't beat the price, right?
Yeah, I can afford that.
You can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
So next, I'm going to transition into a little bit of style. And Richard, this dress, I think it was $25. I got it on Amazon. It was one of my first kind of Amazon purchases, and it's a little swing dress it's a black print with teal and ivory, kind of, and sunflowers.
Can
And
you bring that up a little bit?
absolutely.
I love this thing.
Can you
I
see
don't wear
it?
dresses, but if I did, I would wear this thing. I love
It
all
is.
the colors. I want like a shirt like that or a wallpaper. I want a wallpaper like that.
Well, we're going to work on that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Look at how fun that is. Like, it looks very shiny.
It's got a bit of a sheen to it,
Love
so
it.
you need to know that. And it's just so comfortable. It's kind of a swing dress, but it's more of a shifty swing dress. So if that makes any sense.
Probably
It
to
does
women it does. To me it does not. But yes.
okay. Well, you just let us figure that out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sit real close to the body, which I love, but yet it's flattering. So in my newsletter, I have it styled with a long teal cardigan and high black boots. But here I just styled it with my black bomber. Like, this would be a great thing to wear for your intimate Thanksgiving get together. If you just want to look nice, even though you're not having people over, this is a great thing to wear because it's really comfortable with lots of room for overeating.
That's funny.
That's the most important thing.
One of the things I love about your style is that you always are comfortable. I know that's like priority number one with you, but you always look like and you do put a lot of thought into it, where it's like almost like you should be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, you look very, I don't want to use the word like polished, because that, I don't know if I know what that like means really in clothes, but like, you always look so well put together, but I know inside that you're very comfortable in whatever you're wearing.
Oh, thank you, Richard, for noticing that. The older I have gotten, the more important it is to feel comfortable. The only way I can actually feel comfortable in my own skin as a person is to be comfortable in my clothes. Otherwise, I'm still self-conscious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think the word comfortable, when people go, "Oh, you look comfortable," means like sloppy and like, "Oh, you're in pajama pants," and you never look like that. But you don't like. But I know you're comfortable. And that kind of like goes out with your confidence. Like, you never look like you're uncomfortable. You're never shifting, or you're never like, I don't know.
Oh, thank you very much. I do have to work at that because it affects me. If I am shifty and I feel just if something's a little too body conscious, I just don't like that anymore. So
yeah,
but that's just me.
And that dress was $25.
It was.
That's crazy.
So Richie, sticking with the style, where is she? She's over here. This is it's called a cozy Sherpa pullover sweatshirt, and I got it at Old Navy about a month ago. I think on my link it says it's around, I can't remember, $31 to $35. I do believe they are on sale. They were this weekend. So if you go to the link, it may be less than that. This thing is fuzzy. Fab is so comfortable and warm right now. It is, and I love this pattern because it kind of reminds me of the mountains, which I love mountains.
Yeah.
But it's really, really warm and cozy. So much so that if it's maybe a 50 to a high 40-degree day and you have just a long t-shirt under it, you might not need anything else. But they have solids, they have different prints, but it's really fun and I love it.
I love the print of that. And these are Wendy's clothes that she wears, and you can see the difference in the two designs, like that she loves herself a design.
I do.
Loves herself a print. I love it.
Love a print, Richie.
Yes.
You know why? Because prints mess with the eye.
Oh.
It's all about that self-conscious thing.
Yeah.
So solids sometimes, show things that we don't want them to show more.
Look, are you talking like, a lot of people, wear black because it like people think it hides everything. Do you follow that rule, or are you a print person to kind of distract?
I'm a print person because I love prints. I always have, and to distract.
Gotcha.
So a little bit of both. But I love solids too, just not on me.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. You're never in a solid. You're always in a print.
I really don't own many. I try to own them. It just doesn't work. So, okay, I'm going to go to less styly stuff and
Okay.
and go to really practical. My friends and family are probably so sick of me talking about this flashlight, but I love it. This is, have you seen those Bell and Howell tack light commercials on TV?
Yes.
This is the flashlight, and it is so powerful, Richie. I think it's $20. Now let's see what'll happen if I turn it on. I won't shine it at you,
You can.
but if anyone, I keep one in my car. If I'm out early in the morning or out on a walk or in the evening, I take this thing with me. It has 5 different settings and
Oh.
it flashes if you were to need it. And I mentioned this in the shop share video. We had a power outage last week, and of course it was at night. Missed a football game due to it, but that's okay. I just turned this thing on and I set it down in my bathroom, and it lit up the whole bathroom. I'd never tried that before.
Oh.
But this is a great friend, a great find, especially if you have, let's say, a daughter or a friend going to college. They need, just something. I feel like I don't know. I love
It's
it.
easy and portable, and
It is.
and it has that level of safety, which is nice.
There is something about it, yeah, that I really love. And like I said, it's $20. It's a great, once again, stocking stuff or a gift.
Yeah, it's a 20.
To Whitday.
So I'm gonna throw the video. Wendy makes great videos. They're sometimes better than mine, which is very annoying. But tell us about your shop share videos and what people can get out of those and how easy those are. And I'm going to put them in the comments.
Okay.
Everything on today's show with links and descriptions and everything are in there. So it's super easy.
Thank you, my friend.
No.
Richie, a shop share video is a video that I narrate. For example, if you hired me to do some personal online shopping for you, what I would do is I would go online to the stores and I would create a video with shoppable links so that you could get right to that link. If I picked out a print shirt for you, and you could press on that link, go right to the shirt. But the beauty of it is I get to narrate why I like the shirt for you.
Mhm.
So it's like we're personal shopping together, but we're not together. But
Right.
you're going to know why I'm picking it for you. So I can get really personal about it. And I love that.
Yeah, and I love that you can go right on the website so people can see where it is,
Exactly.
how much it is. Like it's all right there, very right in front of your face, which is nice. There's nothing hidden about that. The link to everything in today's show is in the comments now. You have your newsletter coming out tomorrow with how many other things in it?
I have a total of 24 things, and some of them are free and very personal, but and a lot of just fun, practical, stocking stuffer, glowy making stuff.
And it's going out tomorrow. You have to sign up for her newsletter, which is also, as soon as I press enter, now in the comments, and it'll go out tomorrow. And then, it's your Black Friday shopping or small business Saturday shopping or Cyber Monday shopping or whatever other day. I think Black Friday shopping for most retail started like 2 weeks ago. So
I think you're right. Everyone's saying Black Friday is now. So
yes. So go and sign up for her newsletter, if only for this favorite finds, because I love them.
Oh.
Do you have any tips for being comfortable this Thanksgiving, either around your small group of people or if you're Zooming with your friends or family?
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
It kind of goes back to Fab. Find something and that you feel really good in, and make a little bit of an effort to present your best self, because you're going to feel better. If that means wearing a little bit of makeup, go for it. And just find something that you feel good in, but you're not going to feel miserable in if you overeat. And I would wear something really comfortable on those feet too, unless you're going to be sitting and just eating and watching football all day. But I know that if my feet aren't comfortable, I am not comfortable. these are included in my newsletter. So something that's kind of cute and comfortable. Like I might wear this with just some distressed jeans and my pullover, and I'm going to feel good.
I love it.
Thank
Wendy,
you.
you're like my little Santa Claus, and
Richie.
I love you so much.
I love you so much, and I really appreciate you having me on your show.
Anytime except for December.
Except then, yes.
Wendy Wright, everyone, get sign up for her newsletter and get all of her favorite finds. It's really, we're just trying to be like Oprah. And so anything Oprah does is what we're doing. And then eventually someone will pay us for it. It'll be fun.
Eventually, yes.
Yes. All right. Wendy Wright, everyone.
Love you. Thank you, my
I
friend.
love you. She's so adorable. I love her. All right. We have, before the show wraps up today, giveaway stuff. Every week, if you like, if you share, if you heart, if you, I don't know what the other reaction things are on Facebook, but if you do any of those things, except for thumbs down, don't do that. You get put in here, the crown of giveaways, and I'm going to pick a winner, and then you win something. Destiny Sears, you're the winner this week. You all saw the commercials during the show today. Those are all of our great sponsors this season, and they're all giving you guys free stuff. So there you go. You get to pick what you want, and then you get it. All right, everyone. It has been an interesting hour, to say the least. But I want to thank all of my guests. I want to thank Max for doing the opening and announce. And thank you for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving. I am thankful for everybody involved in this show, from the guests to the people watching to the sponsors and to the cats who keep me company while I'm doing it. All right, everyone, we will see you next week. Goodbye.